So somebody lit my rental property on fire this weekend. So let's talk about it. If you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you guys already probably know what happened. But basically, there was a big fire at the back of my rental property and it caused a good amount of damage. You might be wondering how this happened. Basically, my tenants saw a homeless woman in my neighbor's yard. I'm not sure what she was doing there, but I cannot make this up. She took a shit in a cardboard box, lit the box on fire, and then left it close enough to my neighbor's property that the staircase of my neighbor's property caught on fire. Luckily, my tenants saw this happen and called the fire department, and this is what the fire looked like from my other neighbor's viewpoint. Now, obviously, you guys can probably imagine my reaction when I got this phone call from my tenant saying that, hey, there's a fire at your property. I've only had to submit one insurance claim before, and that was for a broken fence at a different property, but I wanted to share with you guys what I've had to do over the last week following this fire incident. This channel isn't just about teaching you guys about real estate investing. It's also a way for me to be transparent and share a realistic journey in real estate investing, because I want to show you guys both the wins and the losses along the journey so you guys can make a decision if investing in real estate is right for you. So if you guys want to follow along, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll be sharing more videos like this. What do you do when something like this happens, aka a homeless person starts a fire in your rental property? Well, first off, I wanted to make sure that my tenants were fine. So I called them, made sure that they had a place to stay that night. My downstairs tenant was actually a Airbnb guest with 2 more weeks in their stay, but because the studio was no longer in a livable condition, he actually had to cancel the remainder of his stay. But my upstairs tenants are long-term tenants, so they booked a hotel room. Second, I called the fire department and the police department. I was able to get the fire report number from the fire department, and because this was an arson case, I also got the police report from the police. Third, I called my insurance company. I use an insurance company called Honeycomb. It's a relatively small company. This is my first time submitting a claim with them, but I called the claims department and just told them what happened. I gave them the fire report number and the police report number, and the claims department told me that the claim was filed and that they just need to involve an adjuster. So an adjuster is a third-party company whose job is to basically estimate the repair costs for the damages so that the insurance company knows how much they need to pay me. And lastly, I began to reach out to several tradesmen for the different parts of the home that was damaged, which include the AC condenser in the backyard. I'll have a picture right here. The fence, the stucco repair, painting, windows. I think 4 windows were cracked, and electrical. But this was actually the first mistake I made. I shouldn't have called the individual tradesman. Instead, I should have called a general contractor, because a general contractor's job is to coordinate between all of the individual subcontractors and manage the entire project from end to end. So a few days later, when my adjuster called me after I submitted my claim, he told me about a specialized general contractor company that specializes in fire damages, and these types of companies are called restoration contractors. And the best part about restoration contractors is that they know how to work with insurance companies. And because the damages were pretty extensive, it was going to require a lot of permits before any work could even start. The restoration contractors also needed to provide an estimate to the insurance company, and I'd also need to apply for building permits in order to fix the damages. But again, the contractors would actually handle all of this for me. So that was a big learning for me and a really big relief as well. Instead of having to manage all of the different aspects of the repair and like all the individual subcontractors, I could just hire this one restoration contractor and they would manage the repairs from start to finish, including all the permits, communication with the insurance company, and managing the subcontractors. So it actually made my life really, really easy. So it's been about a week since the fire, and the adjuster stopped by my property physically along with the restoration contractor. And I ended up going with a restoration contractor company called ATI. They've been great so far. They've created an estimate. They've sent it to the adjuster at this point. The restoration contractor and the adjuster are basically communicating together in order to come up with an estimate which they both agree upon. And then once the estimate is created, it'll be sent to my insurance company for approval. Once the estimate is approved, the restoration contractors should have the green light in order to start working on the repairs. And then the contractor said the whole process should take about 1 month. So during this process, I basically had 3 main points of contact: the adjuster, the restoration contractor, and my insurance representative. Thankfully, I also had business income loss protection on my landlord insurance policy so that any lost business income should be reimbursed to me through my insurance. So that should include the 2 weeks of lost rent from the downstairs Airbnb tenant because they had to cancel their booking 2 weeks, before the end date. And I probably need to reimburse my upstairs tenants as well since they won't be living in the property for a couple of weeks. So again, hopefully my insurance reimburses me for that as well. But one question I had was for the upstairs tenants who had to move to the hotel. Who should pay for the hotel that they were staying at? Well, after speaking to my insurance rep, they suggested that my tenants submit a renter's insurance claim. So in my lease, I required tenants to have a renter's insurance policy, which protects them in cases just like this. This is great to have because now the tenants won't be coming to me asking me to pay for their hotel stay. So if you guys aren't doing that already, make sure that you require renter's insurance just in case for situations just like this. So all in all, yes, this was a stressful week. I probably made around 40 calls or so between the 3 contacts, but now the contractor is pretty much taking care of most of the responsibilities going forward. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's where I stand. If you guys want to stay updated with the channel, if you guys want to stay updated with what happens with this property, then go ahead and feel free to drop a like and let me know if you guys have any questions. Just leave them down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer any questions you guys have. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out, guys.